terrorized by a streetcar. Alright, so we're out here at Optic Performance. Come and pick the car up today. They ended up putting some bearings in it, and we put a different oil pan on it with a little bit more capacity. With this engine, it needs a lot of oil, and we've got a high volume oil pump because our bearing clearances are set up for a high volume oil pump, so it pumps a lot of oil up to the top of the motor. Now we have a 12 quart pan with about 13 quarts in it, so it's a lot of oil. It should never suck the pan dry again. So yeah, they changed the bearings out. They took care of us. It was starting to work on the main bearings a little bit. The rod bearings were okay. They polished the crank up and it's good to go. We made our test run. Oil pressure stayed good. So fingers crossed we'll be able to race this thing this weekend for the first time. What do you think of this thing so far?
Well, following you down the street, it looks pretty fast.
Yeah.
You're like, I could see black marks as far as you were gone. So
yeah.
You must have went the whole 8th mile onto that.
It felt good.
Badass. Sounds cool too.
Thank you for taking care of us.
Yeah, no problem.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. That's like your dad. Your dad's pretty cool. He used to be
Thank you.
pretty wild, but he's tamed down.
He's tamed down a little
bit. He's like
bit.
a whole different guy. I like him.
You've tamed down too.
I tamed down too.
They tamed down in their old age.
He used to be something else.
Well, you got a little bit longer wheelbase though, so.
Yeah.
I know my car with that short wheelbase, it's a ride, man. But it looks fast. We're fine. It sounds really good.
It does. It's responsive.
Yeah, very responsive. You guys did a beautiful job and everything. All your hoses. And
Thank you. We're getting there.
A couple of fittings leaked though. We had to
Yeah.
patch up. We're gonna get them fixed. Well, you guys did a nice job in this car.
Thank you.
Very nice job.
Yeah, it started as basically not even a roller. Like it didn't have any front suspension. It was just pretty much bare. And
back to a good oil pump, 90 pounds of pressure.
Yep. Yep. No oil pressure drop. Good pressure. I think that pan and that oil pump combination is going to work just good.
Oh yeah. Well, when we first started doing this, it was a while ago. We didn't know what the frame was, so we had to put a rear sump. Now we found your frame's cut. You put a big full sump, and he's got 12 quarts of oil now, so you'll be doing good.
Yeah. When I first told Corey what we were doing, I didn't think that we could fit that big of an oil pan on it, to be honest, because I'd never had an engine in the car. I didn't know.
So you originally had a bar right here, didn't you, underneath? Did you cut that bar out?
It was like that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if the rack would hit. I didn't know.
What goes on there real nice.
Yeah.
It's sure hard in the neck though, putting it out when you're up in the air.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep for 2 days now, you know.
Sorry.
So you better go fast, baby. Go fast.
Well, it's gonna be the fastest small tire car around until I get out with my car.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna bring my Corvette out.
You got them fucking swampers on there. Nobody cares about that.
Like what?
You got them swamp tires. Nobody cares.
I don't
about
care,
big
but we
tires.
go out in the street right now. We can find out who's fast.
Oh God.
Here.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Pretty nervous.
I'm excited and nervous.
I don't get nervous, but I'm pretty nervous. I'm probably just gonna run it to 330 and shut it off unless it feels good.
Okay. You don't have to go crazy for the first time.
Well, I don't know what crazy is yet. That's the thing.
Define crazy, right?
I don't know what this thing's gonna do. As far as boost, because 12 pounds of boost is probably more than my truck makes.
Yeah.
So it might be a little wild, I don't know.
All right.
tire bad. Did it hit the tire real bad? I just blew the tire off.
Not bad for first pass ever.
Yeah, not bad. It wiggled to the right a little bit, but
Yeah,
he said, "Oh, I'll just drive it to 330."
it
But,
felt fine.
yeah.
Pull the log. Not bad for first pass.
I got video so you can see the suspension.
Oh god, the 60 was terrible.
It was terrible. Blue tire.
It needs some timing up top, I can tell.
initially hooked.
It needs to let it plant a little harder. I'm going pretty tight. Front was good though.
That track isn't that sticky yet either.
But that's not bad for first pass.
No, it's not terrible.
For the big block. It's not bad.
Go ahead and start it out. Make your changes. I'm proud of you, buddy. I love you.
See, I'm gonna pull the log.
See anything smoking or leaking?
No. I mean, 128 ain't bad for, like, I think it was only on 10 pounds of boost, and it's got like no timing in it. You can hear it when it shifted, it's got no timing in it, and it's probably a little rich.
Open the doors, let the heat out of it.
Go first. Yep. Thank you. Well, run me through it. How'd it feel?
Well, it obviously spun when it left. I was getting ready to pedal it, but I just drove through it because it wasn't getting too out of shape. It straightened up about 100 feet out, and I put it in high gear. I don't even know what I shifted it at. I just kind of went by feel, and it felt okay. I felt like it could use some more timing. When I get it in high gear, I feel like it's probably a little safe, but that's not bad for our first pass. Not bad at all. With a 145 60 foot, yeah, 140, 145 or 145 145.9. So that's not bad for a 145 60 foot to go 570 on like basically gate pressure. That's pretty damn good. So we'll look at the data log and see what we can improve on, make sure everything's good during the pull. Go from there.
What happened?
I videoed this, and you'll be able to show it later, but watch right in front of the tire. As soon as it hits the tire, the rocker panel was full of limestone gravel out of our driveway. See it?
Yep.
And it dumped it right underneath the tire, and you can see the track's nice and clean ahead of the tire. And look at that right there.
It just slipped.
It literally dumped gravel in front of its own tires. That's the only reason it slipped the tire. If it wasn't for that, that would have been a really good hit. That's literally the only reason it spun.
All right, so it left on 2.5 pounds. It left on 2.5 pounds. Let go of the brake immediately. When I let go of the brake, air fuel goes to 4.6, 4.4, and then it goes rich 4.2, 4.3. But that's where I was pulling some timing. So it went 4.5, 4.6, 4.4, 4.3, 4.6, 4.2, 4.4, 4.4, 4.3, 4.1. It's doing exactly what Chief told me to do, like working its way to 4.0. And by the shift, it's 4.2, 4.1, shifts, spikes lean, 4.5, drops back down, 3.9, 4.1, 4.1, 4.2, closed loops pulling 4% away. Ignition timing's 30 degrees at 8.7 pounds of boost. Dude, this thing's dead on. Like the tune, it's freaking close. That's amazing. It's just as close as your Falcon is, as far as, you know, the target air fuel, closed loop compensation.
You really like comparing to the Falcon.
Yeah. So we can pull a little bit of fuel away. We're gonna, before I pull any fuel away from it, I'm gonna make this next run on a fresh set of plugs, pull them after it. I'll probably add 3 pounds of boost.
So it made 9 on gate, is that what you said?
I was adding 2 pounds to the dome, and it made 9. So the dome is like 6.5, 7. I can hear that it wants a little more timing, but we'll get a fresh plug reading before I add a bunch of timing.
How'd the converter feel?
The converter was great, man. It dropped 1,000 RPM on the shift, and it wasn't like blowing through it or nothing like that. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty close once I add 15, 16 pounds of boost to it. It should be perfect. Very happy with the converter so far. Builds boost quick. I only left on 2.5 pounds of boost right there, and I pulled 8 degrees on the hit, just so in case it slipped a tire it would catch it. And it actually, like, if it wasn't pulling 8 degrees, it wouldn't have went through them rocks. It would have probably lit the tire up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, 8 pounds of boost, 128 mile an hour with 28 degrees of 28 or 29 degrees of timing in it, and our base is like 37. So I'm pulling 1 degree per pound of boost right there. That's a lot. I probably honestly don't even have to pull but maybe 4 or 5 degrees for 8 pounds, if that, on methanol. So we will make another lick. We'll turn the boost up just a little bit, maybe give it 1 more degree of timing and see what it does. Oil pressure was decent. It was like 68 pounds of oil pressure at the end of the run. In the traps it drops, but I'm just going to plan on shutting it off when it gets into the shutdown area. So we don't hurt anything. But all my sensors are working. Drive shaft's working. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape.
So with that being said, with the oil pressure trouble, do you think your theory is still correct with it just being all upstairs, all the oil stuck upstairs?
Yeah, I don't think it can drain down fast enough. The big pan definitely is helping. I think it would benefit from a large restrictor, but I'll let the machine shop, engine shop, make that call. I'll show them the data logs and everything. So we're like 60 something pounds of oil pressure near the end of the run, which isn't terrible. You know, it is an aluminum block, and with heat it's going to grow and the bearing clearances are going to be bigger. So I think with this high volume oil pump though, it should be fine.
Talk to me, Maverick. What all have you done?
So I looked at the data log and it looked really good. Air fuel was spot on. Closed loop wasn't trying to add or subtract any more than 4% the whole way. Ignition timing is safe, but not too safe. It made 7 to 8 pounds of boost, 9 right at the end. It only went through the traps at 6,600 RPM. So not bad for basically on gate pressure. It picked up some rocks when it left. Had some rocks in there from the driveway at home. Made it spin just a little bit. But I think if the 60 foot would have been better and it didn't drive over rocks, I think it would have been probably a 560 to 550 on basically gate pressure. So that's pretty damn good, man. I think that my truck would probably have to have 20 pounds of boost to go 550s, 540s. So we're gonna put about 11, maybe 12 pounds of boost to it this time. I raised the launch RPM 100, and we put a fresh set of plugs in it so we can read them when we get back. See how it goes. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad for spinning.
It's just killing the tire, dude.
Yeah. We'll have to make some shock adjustments and maybe pull a little bit of timing, but 133, just adding like a couple pounds of boost.
Do you
Picked up
remember
5 mile an hour.
Do you remember what I went first round of No Prep Kings?
I don't know. I have to look. 136, not bad though for spinning.
Yeah, I mean,
This
and
thing's
it's
gonna
doing
work.
it like without even thinking about it, really.
Yeah.
Like,
It's that front travel is what's saving it.
yeah, it's tooted up there, that's for sure.
It feels like it's not even working at all.
It is like, yeah, it definitely, it's so cool because you see the roof. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
it looks like it's literally in a tube.
You okay?
Yeah. Fucking add 2 pounds of dome pressure and add 5 mile an hour.
Jesus.
Dude, that's more mile an hour than my truck went at No Prep Kings the whole time.
It hits the tire and then spins out there.
I need to loosen it up a little.
Loosen it up a
In
little
the
bit.
back. That would be good for a real good no prep, but I need to loosen it up in the back a little bit for today.
Dude, I mean, I know we're at trails and everything, but that track is not even all there. Like, I mean,
No, they've been running street tires on it all day. You know what I mean? And it's hot.
It's a
90
perfect,
degrees.
this is a perfect opportunity to test for a no prep.
The air is terrible. Like, hell, there's probably 3 mile an hour just in the air if it was decent.
what'd you say the DA was? Like 3,600?
3,400.
Yeah.
We're gonna be good. At 558 at 133.2. Should be like 10 pounds, 11 pounds.
Chief said he wants to see your plugs.
Okay. Last one was 2.5. We'll have to see what it made this time. Probably made 4 on the hit. Pulling 8 degrees for like half second, just to get it to not lose the tire too bad.
Oil pressure, everything stayed good.
As far as I can tell. Driving back, it's like 30.
It's using the same amount of fuel every time, driving it up there and back. Probably, what we put in by a gallon and a half.
Once we get these plug readings, I'll be able to do some cylinder corrections. So this one, that's number 1. You guys can see it hasn't even burnt any of the cadmium off the base of the plug. And the timing mark, of course I drove it back, but the timing mark looks to be just below the bend. So it could use maybe half a degree of timing, but it's definitely safe on fuel on number 1. Alright, so this is number 7. This has been the leanest one that I've seen so far. It hasn't even made it to the first thread yet, but it's burnt halfway around, almost halfway around. I would say 40% of the base is a darker color, and this is shiny still. So this cylinder is about dead on, in my opinion. It could probably use maybe 1% fuel on that hole, and the timing mark it's on the bend, so timing's pretty close. The rest of the cylinders on this side have been all really fat, haven't even had a burnt cadmium yet, hasn't burnt the base on any of them except this one. So good that we know that is our lean cylinder on this side of the engine. Well, not bad for first couple passes on 10 to 12 pounds on that last one. We put 2 more pounds of dome pressure to it. It made like 8 pounds the first pass. It made about 11 to 12 the second pass, and it picked up like 6 mile an hour. So that's really good for just a couple more pounds of boost. Pretty happy with it. We pulled the plugs out and all of them look pretty safe, except for like one was like dead on. None of them were lean, that's for sure. And we had a couple that could use some timing taken out, and we had a couple that were, you know, could use a little bit of timing. So I wrote everything down. We'll make our corrections when I get home. I'll look at the data logs tonight and kind of go over everything once again. And I think we'll be taking the car to Clay City this weekend. We got to make a plug wire. We got one plug wire that's gone bad, so we'll have to make a new plug wire. But other than that, I think we're gonna be just fine. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. Couldn't do it without you. It's been a long journey getting this car together, but I can finally say that it's worth it and that it's definitely paid off. Hopefully it'll start paying me back now for all the money I've spent on it. I will say on the second pass it went more mile an hour than my truck did the whole No Prep Kings event. So not too bad for 10-11 pounds of boost. It's pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time.